Welcome to Mike's Picks of the Week for the NFL for Week 9. Last week we went 8-4. We had a solid week. Giants-Eagles game was a little bit of an upset. Took a call from Eli. Apparently he was wrong. Didn't have a very good estimate. But here we're going into Week 9. We got a lot of good games on the table, so let's get right into it. Chiefs +7 versus the Jags. Chiefs are a bad team. Jags are an average team, but they're playing in Jacksonville. Maurice Jones-Drew should have a field day running the ball. David Garrard's gonna have a good game. I don't think you're gonna see much out of Chris Chambers playing for the Chiefs, being that he was just signed this week off of waivers. So the Chiefs are getting 7 points, but take the Jags. Ravens -3 versus the Bengals. This is a good game to watch. A rival game. Ravens -3. The defense stepped up and played great against the Broncos last week. The offense was moving the ball. I like the Ravens in this game, -3. Take the Ravens. Texans +8 versus the Colts. This is a tough game. The Colts, you know what you're going to get out of the Colts, but you do not know what you're going to get out of the Texans every week. They're an inconsistent team. They don't put up the same numbers. Steve Slayton's a running back. You just don't know who's going to do what. But the Texans are getting +8. And Andre Johnson should have a big game with Bob Sanders gone for the rest of the season, so that's going to hurt their defense. Texans +8. Colts will win the game again, but take the Texans +8. Redskins +9 versus the Falcons. Redskins are a bad team. That is a great franchise, great history, but the Redskins need to get some stuff changed in that front office. They're giving 9 to the Falcons. The Falcons are at home. Take the Falcons. Packers -9.5 versus the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, one of the worst teams in the NFL. There's nothing really positive you can say about the Buccaneers. There's nothing you can say. You got to take the Packers this week, -9.5. That's a lot of points, but Aaron Rodgers should have a field day on that defense. Look for a down driver. Greg Jennings, they have big games. Ryan Grant should have a solid game. Packers -9.5. Take them. Cards +2 versus the Bears. I think everyone knows who I'm going with. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Take the Bears this week. Cards are +2. The Bears. You're going up against a high-powered offense. That's true. But I think that the Bears, they had a good win. Yes, it was against the Browns. But you got to build off of something. You got to stay positive. And I think that the Bears are going to do that this week. They're going to win. And these are must-win games for the Bears. If they want to compete in their division with the Packers and the Vikings, who are 7-1 this year, you got to win these games. Got to win against the Cardinals. Have to win next week against the Niners. Take the Bears. Dolphins +10.5 versus the Patriots. Patriots are going to win this game. It's going to be close, so take the Dolphins. They're getting 10.5 points. That's a lot of points. Happy birthday, Wildcat. As John Gruden would say, Dolphins running that Wildcat. Take the Dolphins +10.5. But the Panthers +12.5 versus the Saints. The Panthers are the most inconsistent team in the NFL. You don't know what you're going to get every single week. It's a joke. So what you got to do is kind of guess on them. They're getting 12.5 points. Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams will have run all over the place. They're going to have big games this week, like they do every week. If Jake Delhomme cannot throw interceptions, Panthers +12.5 will cover. Take the Panthers. Lions +10.5 versus the Seahawks. Lions, they're going to get Kelvin Johnson back this week is what the word on the street is. But the Seahawks, just an ugly game. Yes, they're playing at home. They got the 12th man. But I like the Lions +10.5. So take the Lions +10.5. Titans +4.5 versus the Niners. They got their first win last week. Chris Johnson, huge game. Chris Johnson, the Niners defense is very, very good. They're playing in Cisco, but I still like the Titans +4.5. I think that Chris Johnson's going to have another big game. Maybe that defense from the Titans can wake up and make some plays. So I'm going with the Titans +4.5. Chargers +5 versus the G-Men. This is another hard game because week from week you don't know what you're going to get from the Chargers, who are getting 5. The G-Men have now lost 3 games. And I just can't see them losing 4 games in a row. And Eli needs to step up, and he's got that plantar fasciitis in his heel, and he's having problems. But Brandon Jacobs needs to run with authority. Ahmad Bradshaw needs to run with authority. And these young wide receivers who have made plays at the beginning of the season need to make plays now. They need to make plays. They got to step up. They're going up against the Chargers. The Giants defense needs to step up and make plays. They've lost 3 in a row, but they're not losing this week. Giving 5 points. Take the Giants. Steelers -3 versus the Broncos. Broncos had a loss last week against the Ravens. Steelers defense is better than the Ravens defense this week. Yes, I know they're playing at home against the Broncos. Or they're playing in Denver against the Broncos, I should say. Steelers are -3. They showed... Last week, the Ravens showed how to beat the Broncos on 3rd downs. The defense was leading the league in 3rd down stops for the Broncos in the second half. The Ravens showed how to beat it, and I think the Steelers are going to take a page from their playbook and use the same thing against them. Steelers -3, take the Steelers. Cowboys +3 versus the Eagles. Game of the week. Eagles are the game of the week again. Big surprise. This is a matchup because Cowboys, Eagles. You got Cowboys who are making plays. Mal Austin, Tony Romo, Jason Witten. The defense starting to step up and make plays. You got the Eagles who Deshaun Jackson. You know what he does. Throw it, get up, got it, go, gone, touchdown. Eagles, D. McNabb. That defense. The Eagles are playing at home. I like the Philadelphia Eagles this week, giving 3 points. I feel like that defense is going to step up and make plays. So go with the Eagles, giving 3 points to the Cowboys. That has been my picks of the week, Mike's picks of the week for week 9. We went 8-4 last week. What I want you to do, go to the store, buy a padlock, fireproof padlock. Lock these up around that padlock. Throw away the key, because these are locks. These are locks of the week. Make sure you wrote them down, or go back, hit play again, and rewatch this video, because these are winners. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.